Greetings everyone, my name is Jimmy Linville and I'm the owner of 4L Irrigation. I recently did a video about valve finders and what they're used for. And in the video I told you and we tracked out how to find a valve. And you either listen for the null sound or no sound at all, or you listen for the beep depending on what type of valve finder you have. In this scenario we're going to use a new tool. Last time I told you that sometimes with the valve finder you can detect shorts or cuts. However, with the tool we're going to use, it's made specifically for that, and it's much more accurate. As a matter of fact, in the video I showed you last time, we had two wires laying over the top of each other under the ground, and the valve finder did not detect that. There's just a slight variance in the sound, and so you have to be very good, and not only that, you have to have some luck when you're doing it. However, with this tool, we can accurately trace them. You'll still need the valve finder because we're going to have to trace out the wire. And you can see in this scenario, even though our wire is on top of the ground so we can see everything, I've laid out flags pretending that the wire is buried so that we can trace it and we can see the way in which the wire runs. Other than that, it works pretty similar to the valve finder. You have to have a grounding stake, which is fastened to one end of this clamp, and the other end of the clamp is fastened to the wire that you're tracing. And then we just simply turn it on. There's also this A-frame, and that's what's going to tell us what direction we're going to go. As a matter of fact, we're going to move it down the line a little bit, but we're going to look and see which way the direction of the fault is, based on which way the meter is pointing. So, let's say we start right here, and we're going to put this in the ground, and we're going to look at this meter. And if you can see the meter, you see the meter is bouncing this way, to my right. That's telling us the fault is in this direction. I have these additional flags because as soon as it tells me to go back the other way, I'm going to start marking flags so that I'm going to know where to dig. So, with that being said, we're going to go down this way. And again, we're going to put this in the ground, and we're going to see our meter is still pointing this way. Now, because this is above ground, we can all see where it is. Remember last time when the wires were just touching each other, the valve finder couldn't detect it. This time we have the wires twisted together, and it's still going to show us where the fault is. I'm going to go right past this, and I'm going to look, and as I put this in the ground, the valve finder, or the meter rather, is now indicating that the fault is back towards my left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a flag right here in the middle, because this is looking at the center of this meter for detection. And then I'm going to come back this way. Again, now it's telling me this way. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a flag right in the middle of this. So now I know that somewhere between this flag and this flag is a fault. And again, because it's above the ground, I don't want to touch this or I'll get shocked. But because this is above the ground, we know exactly where it is. So now I'm going to come here and I'm going to pivot this in between my two flags. Okay, and it is telling me that the fault is to my left. So I'm going to move it, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to put it right here. And again, now it's telling me it's to my right. So I now have 4 flags, and I know if I dig up this area, I'll be able to find my fault somewhere in the middle.